everyone, welcome back. So today I've got a yoga for better posture practice for you. Might be something you like to try in the morning to kind of get you started and ready for your day. As I've been working on these videos, as I count my way down to 40, posture keeps coming up for me. So a practice to set you up. We'll open our hearts. We want to lead life with these wide open hearts, the strong, powerful back body to keep us standing upright. We'll get started on our backs today. Before you go there, some things you might like to have would be a block. 2 blocks might be even better. We'll make our way to fish at the very end of practice. If you have something else for that, maybe a pillow, a bolster, a foam roller, some other way that you might prop your heart up, you don't have to have it. We'll use that block for a little core challenge. And if you've got it, a strap can be nice. We'll be taking some of those strap overhead flosses. But if you've got a long scarf, a towel, something, a tape measure, something you can bring up and over your head. We'll get started on our backs. Just in a little pre-practice Shavasana. If you like something else here, if you want to start in Baddha Konasana, you could bring the soles of the feet together, the knees wide. If the low back could use a little opening, maybe it's feet wide, knees together. Arms can be out by your side, maybe palms are up towards the ceiling, maybe you're splayed long. And here, maybe you even lift your chest, tuck your shoulder blades right underneath your heart. Starting to gradually open here through the heart space. Let's take about 5 breaths to settle in. Heading right from here into a broken wing pose. You might plant your right foot on the mat and lean over to the left. From there, binding back of the right hand somewhere along the spine. Might be low back, might be mid back, but somewhere along the spine with the back of the hand, palm will come back to the mat. And we'll rest here. So you can always add a different leg variation. You could take these Shavasana legs. You could take one of the others, Baddha Konasana, Fallen Bridge. But really going for a bit of effortlessness here. We won't hold as long as we might in a traditional yin class, but really trying to settle into relaxation here, to let the body start to open up. And if you find that it's too much sensation, just walking your hand down your back a little bit might feel good. If you find after a few breaths you've got a little more space, you could walk it up, but there's really no need to force it. Once you're feeling that sensation, you're working your flexibility just as you are. Checking in on how your neck might be feeling in this moment. We've got our right arm bound. Some people like to drop their gaze over to the left to start to open up through the neck. Totally optional. We're about halfway through. You might, in these first poses, have your eyes closed just as a way to continue turning inward, looking at how you're feeling, being right here in this moment. So letting go of all that other important stuff that happens in your life that you think about. Just for right now, maybe letting this be the most important thing. Just for right now. If you took that gaze to the left, you might use your left hand to gently press your head back up to center. We'll lean away from our right arm, maybe reaching right arm overhead, rolling through the wrist. Without too much delay, heading to the other side. You can plant left foot, start to roll over to the right. It's the back of the left hand coming somewhere along the spine. Palm towards the mat. You'll reestablish whatever feels good through the legs, and we'll rest right here. So lots of opening through our hearts today, and a lot of strengthening through our back body. If you like that little gaze to your right this time, you let your head drop to the right. And just checking in. If it doesn't feel good, skip it. We want to protect our necks. We really want to meet our bodies right where they're at in this moment. We're about halfway through. If you took that gaze to the right, you might use your right hand to press your head back to center. Lean away from your left bound arm. Reach both arms overhead, circle through the wrist. Let's plant our feet, arms down by our sides. We're gonna warm it up with a little bridge, lift and lower. So you can always stay lifted, find a little pulse, or you might lift and lower, hips all the way down. And then up, maybe it's 70% of, say, your typical bridge you might find at the end of practice, really just using this one as a warm-up. You're here for 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, we're gonna give it a hold up on 1 and tiny pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll continue to activate here with a little core challenge. Great place to grab a block. If you don't have a block, you can do this without your block. We'll come onto our backs. We'll tabletop our knees, so knees right over our hips. We'll bring that block, I like it the wide way. Then we're leaning up, we're bringing our forearms to press into the block. You could also do elbows and hold your neck if you need a little support there. From here, we're pressing forearms or elbows into the block. Right leg straightens. Bring it back, left. And we just keep alternating right and left. Maybe you lift your shoulder blades. We're here for 4, for 3. We got 2. And 1. We'll bring it back after this last one. You can bring your block into your hands. We'll take our legs straight up. From here, a couple block passes. So first, let's put that block between our ankles, give it a squeeze. We're gonna lower legs and arms towards the floor, and then lift, we'll switch block to our hands. And we're just taking that a few times. We want strong cores to help keep us upright with our good posture. We're here just for 4 more passes. There's 1. Here's 2. You've got 3. 1 more here, let it stretch long, and then knees into your chest, block to the side. Give it a little rock and roll. Feet to the mat. We'll press onto our forearms for hammock pose, and then we'll just let our knees fall side to side. From here, lifting up to a seat. Let's roll over our shins, come to our tabletop. From here, a toes pose. Here's where we'll use the strap for those shoulder flosses. So you'll tuck your toes, you'll sit your hips on your heels. You'll grab a strap. If you don't have a strap or something strap-like, for you, you'll take some kneeling cows and cats, opening through the chest, rounding forward. If you've got that strap, taking it a little wider than shoulder height, you really play with what feels good. And if you get here and you need more room, you just slide your hands open. But we'll take this strap up and overhead a few times. If you find a sticky spot where you sort of rush through it, take your hands a little wider, pause there. Maybe you give it a little back and forth. So just enjoying opening the shoulders, our proud, wide open hearts. We got 4. Toes are talking to you, tell them thank you back. We're here for 3. 2. Give it 1 more. Let's go back and bring it forward. That strap can be set off to the side. Come out of your toes, give them a little pat on the mat. From here, from our tabletop, we'll take some scapular push-ups. So thinking about just your shoulder blades here, we'll let our shoulder blades press really far apart. You don't even have to tuck your chin, but you could. And then head back to center. We'll let our shoulder blades squeeze together, chest dip. So we're just pressing into our hands, really focusing on our shoulder blades here. For 4, 3, for 2, and 1. From here, tucking your toes, pressing back downward, facing dog. This down dog, you might like to have blocks under your hands, just to bring the ground a little closer. When we move, that can be nice as a way to have to round a little less through the spine. So maybe it's hands on blocks, it's a down dog, and we'll take 5 breaths. You can pedal your heels, you could step a foot forward, get a calf stretch. We want to be nice and long through our whole body. 3 more breaths right here. One more breath. Then we'll start to walk our way forward all the way up to the top of the mat. From there, let's take a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lift all the way up. On your exhale, little side bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Then inhale, center. Exhale, let's take a cactus and let's stay for an inhale, standing cow pose. Exhale, round standing cat. Let's do 3 more like that. Inhale, open, squeeze your glutes as you lean back. Exhale, chin to your chest, belly towards your spine. Just 2 more. Inhale to lift your chest. Exhale to round, open up through the back. 1 more time, inhale, open, and exhale, round. We get a lift up of our arms, breath in. Exhale, soft forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to a high plank pose. Inhaling to shift ourselves forward. Exhaling to come all the way down to our bellies. Right into our open wing pose. Right ear coming to the mat. Right arm coming out to the right. Rolling onto our right side. Taking whatever you like with this left leg. It can stack. It can step behind you with a bent or straight knee. You could also hug both knees into your chest, so knees would point to the left. We got about 4 more breaths. Option for a half bind, kind of like our broken wing, dropping left hand behind your low back. One more here. Releasing the bind if you took it, coming back onto your belly and just switching it right out. We've got left ear to the mat, left arm long. We start to roll onto the left side, finding the leg variation that works in your body. Maybe you like that half bind. Maybe you're adjusting the legs. 4 more breaths here. Releasing the bind if you took it. Coming back onto your belly. From here, sliding our way into a Sphinx pose. And from our Sphinx pose, tucking our toes, lifting our hips, it's a forearm plank. So we're holding, we're breathing, you're lifting the back of your head in line with your spine. We want that less of that forward head motion. We want to bring the back of the head in line with our spine. Press out through your heels. You could stay, or you might like to soft forward and back. We're here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll bring knees down, hips down, back to Sphinx. You can stay here. You might like to widen your hands for a seal pose, just if that feels good in your low back. Coming on down, forehead or chin to the mat, hands beneath your shoulders, press up, table or plank, nice and strong. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths right here. We'll give it a lift of our heels, a bend of our knees, and when you're ready, traveling to the top. From there, taking a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale back to your fold. Inhaling, coming all the way up. This time, bringing your hands behind you. Clasping hands at low back. If that doesn't feel good, maybe a strap between your hands, or you could grab for opposite forearms. We're aiming our hands down towards the mat, lifting our chest, squeezing shoulder blades behind us, and then with a big bend in our knees, finding this bound forward fold. So you can let the hands stretch forward towards the top of your mat. You might activate this press of your hands back towards like the corner of the ceiling. You could find a bend in one knee and a little side to side action with the chest. We're here for 3, for 2, and 1. By way of your low back, let your hands release. Let's catch a halfway lift. Pull your shoulder blades together. Exhale for your high plank pose. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale to bring it all the way down to your belly. Another open wing. So you might be taking the same version we took. If you've got a little more opening in your shoulders, a little more of that mobility through your chest, we'll go a little higher with the arms, kind of like towards the corner. Same thing though, we're rolling onto that side. You might have a different leg variation here. We're taking 4 more breaths. You might find that same half bind. 4 breaths right here. Releasing the bind if you took it, coming back to your belly, deciding which one is for you. Maybe it's straight out to the left, maybe it's a little upper left corner. As we roll onto our left side, take the leg variation that makes sense here. Maybe a half bind. It's 4 breaths. Binds, release. You'll come back onto your belly. We're taking that Sphinx pose again. And I bet you can guess what next. Tucking our toes, lifting our hips. It's our forearm plank. Lift the back of your head in line with your spine. We're just here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees and hips down. You find your Sphinx. Pressing your heart forward, you can stay or widen the hands, find a seal. 3, 2, 1. Forehead or chin to the mat, hands beneath your shoulders. Bring your low belly to your spine as you press up, table or plank, and take it back, down dog. Breath in, breath out. We've got a left leg lifting on our inhale, And then we're just gonna stay and pulse it. So left heel to the ceiling, you're pulling right hip back. We want pretty even hips towards the mat. We're here for 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll step it forward, left foot towards our left hand, setting up a warrior 1. So coming up, establishing your strong warrior 1. Maybe today with a little more lift through your heart. Almost a little back bending motion can feel nice. From here, clasping our hands behind our low back. Now remember, if you've got a strap between your hands can be great here. If hands don't quite meet, if that doesn't feel good through your body, strap is an awesome option. If you've got interlaced hands, we'll bring our hands down towards the floor, a lift of our chest, and it's a humble warrior. Bringing our left shoulder on the inside of that left thigh and then pulling left hip back, trying to keep left knee right over the ankle. If humble warrior isn't for you, maybe you'd like a humble pyramid, a little straightening through that front leg. But we're here for 4, 3, 2. On an inhale, it's a halfway lift. Exhale is a bound airplane. You can always release the hands, or you might put some action into pressing your hands behind you as you pull left hip back, let right hip tip towards the mat. We're here just for 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll release back to a warrior. Gently release your hands. Inhale. Exhale, take a high plank pose. Just an inhale and plank. We're pressing straight back to down dog. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Then right leg lifts. We get that little pulse. You're pulling left hip back, kicking through the right heel for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're stepping right foot towards our right hand. It's back to warrior 1, right side. We come on up. We establish that warrior 1. And then we interlace hands or grab our strap. Interlace hands, maybe you try funky pinky on top. Inhale to lift your chest. Exhale to take your humble warrior. You can always turn it into a humble pyramid. Just here for 4, 3, 2. On 1, we get our halfway lift and then we launch. It's our bound airplane. You can always release the bind. You're pressing through your hands, pulling right hip back. Just breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a big step back. You release your hands, warrior 1. We come to a high plank. Just an inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Let's get a lift of our left leg. And then left foot, left hand. Back to warrior 1. We're going to set up a similar variation. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale to take the strap or clasp your hands. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, humble pyramid this time. Letting the legs straighten, folding forward just for 1 breath in. And out. From here, coming back to humble warrior, bending the knee. And then it's your choice, back to that bound airplane, or maybe a toppling tree, letting right leg lift. It's a fold in the upper body, hands are bound. We're here for 4, 3, 2. This time, gently release your hands to the floor. Let your right leg come to the floor. It's a fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, high plank pose. Let's take an inhale to shift. Exhale to lower. This time it's a full locust pose. We get an inhale to lift everything up. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you for 4, 3, 2, 1. Forehead and chin to the mat, hands beneath your shoulders. It's tabletop or plank. And back to down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, right foot, right hand. We're coming up warrior 1, breath in. And then interlacing our hands maybe opposite way. Inhale to lift of our chest. Exhale that humble pyramid. Straight front leg as you fold. Breath in. And out. Then a bend into that front knee. You decide, bound airplane or toppling tree. And if you're wobbly, that's why we call it a toppling tree. If you fall, release your hands, catch yourself. You're here for 4, 3, 2, and it's a gentle release of your hands, a release of your left foot. We inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, high plank. Inhaling to shift, exhaling to lower. This time a cactus armed locust, and we'll pulse it. So we'll cactus our arms, we'll lift, and we'll pulse for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come down, this time into our Sphinx pose, and we hold and breathe. So pressing into your hands, this action of kind of dragging hands back, pressing heart forward. Here for 3 breaths. Coming on down, pressing our way to a tabletop, and then into a heart-melting pose. So keeping this back bending action, this heart opening. Option to bring blocks with you, or maybe you just walk your hands forward, rest your forehead down. Hips will stay lifted. If you're somebody with a lot of mobility, you're feeling pretty warm, maybe you've got blocks under your hands. We're here about 5 breaths. Pressing into your hands, you'll start to walk back up to a tabletop. Here we're engaging through our low belly. Back to tabletop, we've got some spinal balance switch pulses. So we'll take our left arm, right leg forward. We'll try to bring our hips even, and then we'll swap it out. Left hand down, right hand, left leg. And you're just moving like that for a few breaths. You can go quick, you can go slow. We're here for about 4. Switching it out for 3, for 2, and 1 more. Then from here, coming on up, let's take 1 camel pose. We'll come to stand on the knees. You might like blocks on either side of your ankle, hands in your back pockets, hips move forward, tailbone shoots towards the mat. Rolling our shoulder blades back, lifting our chest away from our hips, gaze goes up. Little micro tuck of your chin, you can reach for heels or stay with hands in back pockets. Toes can be tucked or untucked. You're pressing your hips forward, squeezing shoulder blades just for 6, 5. Any kind of breath that feels good for 4, 3, 2. And then lifting up both hands at the same time, hips resting on your heels, as my friend says, letting the glitter settle. Maybe you close your eyes, rest your hands in your lap. Opening your eyes if they were closed. From here, let's set up our fish pose. So you'll play with the height of your blocks. One thing to note, some people, I like my blocks straight across my shoulders. Some people like it kind of in the middle, so block the long way in line with their spine. You really decide what feels best in your body. It's your practice, it's your time. But you'll have 1 block on the medium or lowest height, 1 block on maybe the medium or highest height, and then it comes up pretty high. So we don't want it in our low back, we want it up above our lowest ribs. And then you play with the height. Here's where we'll rest in our Shavasana today. So whether you've got blocks or not, if you have some kind of support, doesn't really matter. We're coming to our resting pose. You might let your shoulders tuck underneath you. If you get here and one block is too high, you're not feeling open, you're actually feeling your shoulders round in, just bring your block to the lower setting. Here we'll rest, we'll breathe, and we'll just let go of our practice right here. Always an option to stay a little longer. But as you're here, if you're ready to close your practice, take a moment and thank your body right here with its wide open heart, all this love and appreciation for this body that allows you to live the life that you lead. Then from our fish pose, we'll bring elbows to the mat. We're pressing straight up to a tall seat. From here, a little mongoose twist to release. We'll bring left foot in, so left knee is bent. We've got left elbow into our left knee, and we're twisting towards the right, just for 3, 2, 1. Left leg long, right foot plants, right elbow into right knee as we twist to the left, just for 3, 2, 1. And then coming to your tall, comfortable seat. Today, maybe bringing hands right up to your forehead, pressing a little inward pressure on your forehead and reminding yourself that you are someone that lives life with kind and loving thoughts. You can bring your thumbs to your lips as a reminder that you're somebody who speaks kind and loving words. And then hands to your heart center as a reminder that you live life with a wide open, kind and loving heart. Right here, closing your practice, thanking it for all that it does, thanking the people that make it possible, and maybe taking a bow to seal it in.